It is Monday, April 6th. And I hope you had a wonderful, happy Easter, had some time with family and all those that you care about. And now it's time to get back into trading and seeing what's happening in the markets. So I know, Stephen, you wanted to mention something, and then
right this morning on
Michael has
Coffee and Charts with Donnie Pips, a trader. He brought up a statistic. So nationwide, the trader win rate in Forex is 40%. And with Einstein at 2P2, two profit level, the win rate is 84%.
Wait, hold on. So you said, what was that first stat?
The national trading average for
national
traders
average is a 40% profit rate.
42% win rate.
All right. So that means 58% lose.
Correct.
Ouch.
Yes.
But with Einstein, you said
Einstein, 84%.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
And then he brought up a case today. There was something he saw online with some trader, and this person said, "Make this trade right now." And Donnie, we were looking at the trade, and Donnie says, he doesn't identify the person, but it's somebody who's on there. People are paying a lot of money to follow this person.
Yeah.
And he says, "Make this trade." And Donnie said, "Wrong move." And then as you watch the trade die and go the opposite way, and then he asked us, like, "What do you see?" And it's like, everybody saw it, except that trader. People are paying a lot of money to identify his one trade for the day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Donnie pointed out that the entry fee to start working with that guy and start trading like with him at that is $2,500 a month, I believe. And that guy was, I think, over 6 or over 8 today. I'm not sure which one it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
6 or 8 didn't matter, but it was all.
Yeah. He was over. He was over. You play a baseball game, you're 0 for 5 or 0 for 7. They're both awful, but you're over.
Yeah. You don't want to be an over. Worse than an over.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So,
sorry, I was just going to say one of the things that he said too, just very briefly on Bitcoin, is that he's like, Einstein's been killing Bitcoin lately.
Yes. Yeah.
He's like on the 4 hour, so stay on the 4 hour. Follow. He's like, just do what Einstein says, and that's what he said. He's like 84% win rate. He's like, you're gonna do very well.
That's pretty good. Now,
he was very strong in emphasizing the 4 hour.
Yep. For Bitcoin. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, but the stat on Einstein, that 84%, was that all trades it calls, or is that just on Bitcoin?
I know it was on Bitcoin. I'm not sure if it's on all, but I know it was on Bitcoin, but I'm not sure if it's all.
I think that was on all, because I don't think he was specific to Bitcoin at that point. I think it was on all.
Okay.
And the reason why I said I know it was on Bitcoin is he had Bitcoin up while he was talking about it and pointing it out.
That could be.
Yeah. So that's why I just inferred, but I don't know. You could be 100% right.
That trader that he said he called on, that wasn't a Bitcoin trade. That was something else, wasn't it?
You're right. That was something else.
So I want to say that 84% was on all, not just limited to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin was a higher number on what it was doing. The Einstein calls.
Yep.
Wow.
And I just missed out. Sorry, go Steve.
No.
Okay. One thing he said to say right now, stay away from oil.
Yes.
He has some information that he's going to reveal later on, and we're on standby for that. Right now, don't do anything with oil. That's what he said.
And the thing he hinted to, when you see two things happen, and that's when he's going to probably start following up. He's waiting for oil to hit 119.50, and there's going to be big news on oil, and he expects it to tank post news all the way down to about 80.
Yep.
So that's what he said. Is just wait for the news, wait for it for those two things to happen together, and then we'll be. I have this up for this reason is I was on gold this morning, and as you see, this is on a 30-minute. Donnie was trading the 30-minute heavy on gold, and that's where he is primarily today, he had said. And you see we have an engulfing candle here.
Yep.
But actually, no, that's not a demand zone because it's too small. Actually, that candle closed.
Yeah,
it might be
like
now.
it could be. Yeah.
But it wasn't originally. But let me see if it is now.
I'd say it's heading in the right direction.
Yes, we're good.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So I'm just going to mark this up. So this kind of changes things, which is kind of funny because on this one right here, I was looking for a big win here.
As for a sell?
For a buy. Okay. So I was waiting on the pullback. So I was waiting on the pullback and I set a buy limit right here at the 50. As you can see, it came in slightly above.
Yep.
But then I noticed it starts to consistently come in slightly above. So then I started doing math and doing equations and figuring out percentages and probabilities and what numbers could I start playing around with as my teaser line. And it came out to between 40 and 45%. So whatever the space is between this, which is like 14 point something between these two, inside whatever this is, then what I did is said multiply that by 0.45. And then that seems to work out. Now, again, this is me just ad-libbing and thinking and being an absolute mathematical geek. But bottom line is there may be something there, there may not. So that's what I'm trying to do on the pullback now. If it's pulling back into a demand zone like this one, if I was waiting on a pullback into here, then I would be looking for it to come, well, let's see. I got to find a faster way to do this, but
well, do your fib, but instead of at a 50, do it at a 45 or a 40.
Yeah, that's a good point. That would be faster. Yeah.
Yeah, you can create your own special fib for that.
Good idea.
We'll call it the Sullivan fib.
Yeah.
And you just have to make the color of it gold.
All right.
Just because,
24 karat. There we go. Actually, is that? Well, let's see. There actually is a gold color.
There is.
Is it this one? I forget when you name it. I think it's this one. All right. And then I'll save it. Actually, I'm going to do the 45. Save as.
The silly.
Yeah.
We're giving you permission.
40%. Yeah. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do. I want to give it something that makes sense to me too. So let's see.
Yeah, so if it works, because that way, if you change it later on, you figure out.
Yeah, there you go.
2.5.
I'm going to do it at this in case I change it to 40 or 44. I'm actually was leaning towards 40. I'm going to do that. I'm leaning towards 44 because there was some that were right at the 45, and I'd rather hit it. And I'm just going to make that 44.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 46.72.854. So obviously we'll see, but that's pretty much what I'm getting at is if we come to here and we see that number, that was a good idea, by the way. We can just pull that number and see if it pulls back. I'm curious to see if we have. Let's try that over here.
I'm just marking my structure for where this is going. It's already gone into that zone. The supply zone up above that you've already got. Because I'm on just to follow you.
let's see here. If we go, that has hit that. I mean, there's been multiple times it's just touched the wall in here.
Mm-hmm. Look at that drop. I mean, that was like a minute and it just came boom down.
Yep. You know what I wish? I wish we could add a second line in here, but no big deal. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to change my buy limit and I'm going to set it to that. So we said that was, I got to pull that up again. I don't have it in front of me anymore. Fib. $46.72.950. We'll call it that.
Okay.
This is a demo. There we go. $46.72.950, and that's exactly what we said. $46.72.950. Yeah, $8.88. That's fine. It's pretty much the same thing. Actually, I like that note. It's a little off. And the $9.50 will be before to make sure it gets hit. That's fine. So needless to say, that's one thing. I also have a couple on Euro. Euro did something similar. If we go over there for a split second.
Okay. On the
So
30?
you had,
yeah.
No, I was not on the 30 on that. I was looking at the 30, but you had this engulfing candle, and I was waiting to see if it pulled back again to the 30 here, and it didn't. And this is what Donnie was talking about. If you're waiting on the pullback to the front wall, but if you took that off the front wall, just slightly above it,
yeah,
that would have been pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it would have been.
I don't like when a text comes in and says maybe my daughter's name, and I'm like, what? But it's part of her fundraising thing she's doing, so it's completely fine. But at first I was like, eh. All right, yes, let's see what that's gonna do.
All right.
Oh, that's it's that one bounced off the high. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just adding to my chart here.
But also, do you see what's going on right here on the 1 hour?
Well, I'm on the 1 hour now.
Yeah. Do you see what's going on here though with this cross about to happen?
It's like
There's a yeah.
Yeah.
It's a major cross about to happen.
And that'll be a good upward trend at that point.
Right around probably 11 to 11:15, 11:20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
that should be
going in that direction anyways, but there's a supply zone not that far up.
I'm actually tempted just to jump in. Actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. That's a 0.2. I'm going to keep that at a 0.2, and I'm just going to hop in on it. I like the way this looks in continuation for the next hour. So actually, you know what? Let's go to the 4 hour.
Okay. I'm agreeing with your assessment there, by the way.
Yeah, let's go to the 4 hour.
We got a little ways before we hit the 200.
Yeah, and he had said Bitcoin. He said he's going to expect it to pull back to 72K. It's going to go up to 72K, then pull back. He said, wait for the pullback and then take it up to 72K. He said, let me do this because this is what we were talking about on gold on the 4 hour. He said, look to see if it can if it can close above structure and then continue up to the 200
on the 4 hour.
Yeah, he said you want to see it he said if it closes below the 66, we have a very strong buy. So if it closes any time below this, we have a very strong buy.
Okay.
He also said he wouldn't be surprised if it closes above here and takes it all the way up to the 200. Oil, that's what we said, 1950 in news. He expected to go all the way down to 80. And he just mentioned to a few others how on oil, it doesn't really matter on the time frames. He primarily does either daily or 4 hour, mostly daily, I believe. But he said, I'm focused on the price point. I'm not focused on the time frame.
Mm-hmm.
And he said on gold also, the 200 on the 2 hour is the bad guy. So that's going to keep on. So right here, it's going to keep on pushing it down. He's like, so let's see what it does if it can break the 200. And I think that was his indicator that then the 4 hour would go up to 200, go up to the 200. But he said on the 2 hour, this 200 is going to keep on pushing it down and preventing it from doing what we want it to do.
Okay.
And those are my notes from the call this morning.
So good notes.
Yeah. On if I go back to Euro USD, we see that cross happening on. We're about to have another cross right here on the 2 hour. But on the 4 hour, yeah, it's a little more convoluted, but still.
Well, I know you like that too. You like the 4 hour on the Euro USD.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because there was definitely. Now I know what he was talking about this morning. We were talking about a pullback.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we had a pullback just hours ago, last night. I mean, I shouldn't say a pullback. It was since last night at roughly 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. It's gone up over $3,000.
Yep. Yeah, and that would have been a great buy right here.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, and I can see just on your screen there on the 4 hour that that was called by Einstein as well.
Yep. Yep.
Hit TP2.
You know what? Let's just check something here. What time was this? 4 p.m. Look what I had. I had a line right here to buy now. I had a buy now and I had a buy limit. It never hit it. It just missed it.
Wow. I
didn't even notice that till now.
Line in, though, because it hit it. When did you put that line in?
Friday.
Okay.
And I said keep it for like the next. I think I said through Wednesday.
Got it.
I also did realize it's in GMT.
Yeah.
Because when I first entered in the for the buy limits I did this morning, when I entered in the time for them to close at 10:01 a.m., it was like, no, bad time. Yeah. I'm like, let's add 5 hours. My bad. 3:01 p.m. I don't know why I was thinking that it tied to the time zone, but it doesn't clearly. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, I this is where let's see. Can I get how far? So on this right here, can I get? See, I'd like to see if I can get the pullback to the top of this candle right here.
Yep.
And then take it.
So it wasn't far.
No.
You're on the 1 hour, so let's just go back there. What do we have for fundamentals too?
So let's go there.
So, and just as a reminder, folks, this is really just us documenting our journey, learning what we're learning, and sharing it with you as we get it and as we learn it. This is not financial advice. These are not recommendations to you. These are just, hey, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to have all kinds of stuff, but we're just sharing what we're sharing.
Yep. Sharing info. Yeah. So the dollar index was down too.
Yeah.
It was down in the 99.4 or something. And now is also, you see this, you have the right here. Yes, and the PMI. Yep. So again, just showing out just what this is, just giving people that. It's the Institute for Supply Management. It's a level of diffusion index based on a surveyed purchasing managers, excluding manufacturing. So again, we're looking for it to be greater than the forecast. The forecast was 54.8. It came in at 54. So it's almost a point lower. Or not, sorry, it's almost a full percentage lower. But previous was 56.1. They were forecasting it to drop, but that's more than we want. I mean, obviously that's a red folder, so that's impactful. We know the president is speaking at 1, so again, probably get out of any or most trades by 1 p.m. just to see what's going on, unless you have inside information about what
We don't
he's
have
talking.
that yet, right? We haven't figured out that inside information angle.
No, just about what he's going to say, and yeah, it's an utter crapshoot. Because he's smart, and he understands. I was explaining this to my son yesterday. I'm like, do I believe this is close to an end? Or the other day when he said that last week, I'm like, no, I don't. But he saw what was happening with the market, and he realized, in my opinion, he realized that his words could help turn the market around, and he is hopeful, and he does have faith in us. But I think but when he said, like, the end is very soon or imminent, I took that as we're just trying to correct the market right now. And I don't think it'll be that much longer, but I don't think it was as short as the emotional reaction seemed.
Yeah.
It's the best way I could say it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
What'd you say?
Go ahead. No, just finish your thought. I wasn't trying to interrupt your thought.
No, No, you didn't. My connection was spotty for a second.
Yeah.
So mine was going in and out. But you go. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. No, I think it's got a little ways to go, but I don't think it has a lot longer to go. So I think the prediction that it's almost over is real, but almost is a relative term as well. So, who knows exactly when it's going to happen, but there's just more and more signs of the regime crumbling, and now it's going to get crazy and they know it, and the regime, if we were to take out all of that infrastructure, they know that would be the end of them, because you get 90 million people that live there, and most of them are against the regime. I say most, it's the majority. I don't know percentage wise, of course, but so it is a matter of time, and it's once all infrastructure is gone, which he doesn't want to do. The president does not want to do that, because that just means it's going to take a lot longer for the country to recover. When a new government takes over, but it is that close at this point. I don't think it's far, but there's going to be turmoil, and the thing is, even when it's gone, when the current regime is gone and Iran is free, I think we're going to still see, and we're getting closer to that zone where you want to buy in on euro, by the way. I'm just looking at my chart on the other side. But I think what we're going to see is there's going to be a fair amount of lingering attacks in different areas of the world, right? Because while we can get the regime out, I don't think we're going to get the ideology. We're just not going to get the ideology out, and that's a challenge that we're going to be living with for a long time. But quite frankly, we've been living with it for a very long time anyways. It's just, now it doesn't have the same support as it used to have. So
no, I agree. But I was just trying to show him to him. I said to my son, I'm like, just look at this. Look how things are going. And then see this comment's made, and look how it just goes and swings in the other direction.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, it's literally just a comment. And it's again, as you said, it's an open-ended statement where there's no finite term. It's going to be over by Thursday at noon. It's soon.
Yeah.
soon I could interpret that as today. You could interpret it as tomorrow. He could interpret it as 2 weeks from now. Whatever.
Exactly.
Right.
Soon is relative.
Yep.
So we'll figure out when soon was after it was.
Yep. So here's that. By the way, I'll show you this quick on that demo. Here's one of my demo accounts, and as you see, I have the sell limit right there.
Yeah.
And I wasn't looking to get a huge take profit on this.
You're in your buy zone, by the way, on Euro USD.
Oh, sorry. This is on the gold one too.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you didn't miss it if you wanted to get in then. That's all.
Let me go over to this one. I pulled up the wrong demo account. Let's see what's this one at. Oh, it's about to hit it.
Oh, okay. So it's a little lower than what I thought, but it's pretty darn close.
Yep, because this one I set before. So let's see.
It's like it's right there.
All right, so I got to look at that number using my other strategy here. My own strategy on the 1 hour.
The Sully fib.
Yep. What are we at?
Yeah, I'm saying when he just hit the front wall, now going in. No.
It's coming out.
No.
15476. 15476.
To take a buy.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep. I'm just buying.
Okay.
And I'm going to delete that one because it hit the marker that I was looking for. All right, and for my take profit, 1.155, and then I'm going to move it, just drag it right up to the top here. I'll go with that. And then for my stop loss, 1.152, and then we'll move it in this scenario just outside this low right there. All right. So we will see.
There you go.
Just got some alert.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Actually, you know what? What alert was that? God, I hate using this mouse.
I did not see an alert on my side. Oh, wait, we just had an Einstein USD on Euro USD on. Oh, no, that was before. That was an old one.
Yeah. 15-minute gold sell. That's what just popped up.
Let me clear these. I've got so many.
It's gone now. I'll probably be back in a minute.
That's all right. I had a whole bunch of mine had stopped, so I got to redo these. That's just.
Yep.
There they go. It's time. Now it's interesting though. My gold. Oh, that's why. All right, that makes more sense.
You know what? I'd be curious on this.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, because my gold had stopped, my Euro USD had stopped. Okay. What were you curious about?
I was curious on the status of this one because I saw over here that it had gone. Oh, there it goes. That might have just bounced out. Nope, not yet. I was curious to see how far down it went because it was up here, and I set the take profit to here.
So I'm not seeing your I'm seeing your GNT screen. Is that the one you want?
Yeah, no, I set the take profit to here. I was just showing it on this chart instead.
Yep.
As I have the demand zone marked up. So to 1.5, I'm just going to update that to 1.5606. Let it just bounce at that front wall.
Mm-hmm.
But as you see too, like it'd be very easy for someone just to see the fluctuation and jump out.
Oh yeah.
And that's what Donnie said. By the way, he said on Bitcoin on the 4 hour, he definitely said this. He said, "Take profit 2 is what's winning, and it's winning at a very high percentage lately. Take profit 2 on Bitcoin's 4 hour."
Well, it's funny, you know, I was looking at my stats and just reviewing my stats, and prior to the actions in Iran,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing about in the close to 70%.
Okay.
Call it win rate, you know, profit rate.
Yep.
And since then, I'm significantly lower than 50, significantly lower. And I think because everything I've done, it's probably timing when there's different fundamentals going on, and most of my focus, really almost all of my focus, is on the technicals, because that's what I've been trying to learn is the technicals. Because
Yep.
technicals are always there; they can be superseded by fundamentals, but you know, the fundamentals, the news, as that stuff comes out, that changes everything. Like you were saying, you know, President Trump's going to speak at, what was it, 1 o'clock or 11
One.
o'clock? 1 o'clock.
One, yeah.
Yeah. So be out of trades every single time, just about when something like that happens. If I've been in a trade, especially with I almost said Bernanke. I'm aging myself when I say that.
Yeah.
But Powell, when Powell speaks, I don't think I've profited from a single trade while he was speaking. And there's only been a couple of times.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think I profited in November when he spoke. It was early December, late November. When he spoke that last time, I killed it on that trade. And that was the last time.
Well, I'm just looking at these candles right now on the 1 hour on Euro USD.
Yep.
I mean, that bullish candle, and now we've got this huge bearish candle. And I know it just changed time zones, but nonetheless, or time frames, but or I should say candles. But nonetheless, those are huge moves and rapid.
Yeah, I think it's going to go down to the 66 of the 200. But I told you we have that major cross coming.
That's right.
But look at that right now. It's like coming all the way down to it.
Very rapidly.
All right. I actually just took a sell down to the 66, which is 15356. Now, this is something I shouldn't do. But this is me just seeing and trying to be opportunistic.
Yep.
But I don't have a lot of structure besides just my visual. This is one of them visual plays. I'll just jump in and see if it takes it down, because there's a lot of structure down below there.
Yeah.
And see if it's going to just hit one of them. That's why I'm taking it to the 66, which is the front. And then I'm going to play the bounce off the 200 and take the E3 cross way up.
Okay.
I was trying to see if
Well, I just took it with you.
Okay.
And this is on paper.
Yep.
And yeah, I can tell you I'm gonna start, because I was using real cash. I have been pretty much all along. I've used paper very little. I'm gonna use paper a little bit more, because I've got to get my ratios up to where I want it to, and then I'll go back. Like right now, we're in profit on this one, or I am. I'm gonna guess that you are as well.
Yep.
But yeah, the thing I like to use paper on TradingView itself, because it's all in one system. And I want to gear up for when we have GNT all inside of TradingView. That's going to be glorious.
Yep.
Let's see.
The other thing too is Donnie has kept on, as I said, talking about all the wins they're having with Bitcoin on the two. So I need to figure out what kind of balance do I need to hold and be comfortable with.
Yep.
to trade the 4 hour on Bitcoin and what lot sizes can actually produce winnings that I'm looking for, profits that I'm actually looking for.
Yep.
So that's what I'm going to be spending not a lot of time, but a decent amount of time is outside of Euro and gold. I'm also going to be watching Bitcoin on the 4 hour exclusively.
There you go.
And I'm actually going to be. Oh, Donnie also provided some insight today on TradingView. He's like, we're getting the notifications in the right time on the phone, but we're not getting the right the notifications are delayed on the TradingView web app.
Really?
So he's like, it's a TradingView web app issue. They are aware of it. He's like, I'll let you know as soon as it's resolved. But it's a TradingView issue, not an us issue.
Ah, that's awesome.
Yep.
So once that's there, because I've seen the trades on Einstein really be pretty good overall. I mean,
Yep.
not 100% obviously, but overall they're pretty good. But it's tough to get in at that entry point, at least when it's called, because of that delay.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that as well.
He also said that he prefers Bitstamp with Heikinashi candles for the Bitcoin trading.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah. So do I have Einstein enabled on this? I do. Okay. So I am just sitting here and waiting. So I actually put my phone on and turned TradingView on. And let me just make sure I have an alert set up on Einstein on Bitcoin for the 4 hour. And I'm going to eliminate the other ones. And I'm going to only do Bitstamp. And I'm pretty sure I do not have an alert set up for this. Current symbol, current time interval, change it to 4 hour.
Yeah, I'm going to my TradingView on my phone because I didn't realize that.
Yeah. All right, so right here. BTC, I want to kill this alert. No, I don't care about the log. I care about the alerts. All right. So Bitcoin, Einstein.
Yeah, it is so nice. I'm looking at, like on TradingView right now, what I'm seeing in this trade, and it's just so clear. I've got where my my TP is, where my stop loss is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so easy on there. And you can just live drag and drop it.
Yep.
So you can move it really quickly.
Now, this is a great example, by the way. We just got the call on gold for a sell.
Yeah, 15-minute sell. Oh.
Yeah. But
4 hour sell on Bitcoin. 4 hour sell.
4 hour sell on Bitcoin?
Yep. All right, so I'm going to try doing this at 0.1. All right, I don't think it's come through yet. It just popped up on here. It just popped up and then it disappeared. See if it comes right back.
All right. And let's see. Oh, but I want the 4 hour.
I want to see if it came up on the phone because I saw it pop up. Nope, not yet.
And Yeah, I didn't see it on my phone, but what did you have on that one for? Because I am on Bitstamp for Bitcoin as well. What did you have for a TP and a
It
FL?
disappeared. It disappeared before I could grab it.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, so I'm just waiting for it to pull back in 1 second, and we should see it again in about. Actually, can you see my? Am I sharing the screen? Yeah, I'm sharing my
Yeah.
trading view screen. We should see it in about a few seconds here. Hopefully, as long as it continues down a little bit. We're at what, 73% on the RSI? Yeah. It's exhausted, but it's due to turn.
And the 200's right there too on the 4 hour.
Yeah. Yeah, we're already above the 200, so just out of curiosity, do we have any structure above? Yeah, we have structure above it.
Yeah, it disappeared. So I did jump in.
Yep, so did I. So I'll do this like once I see it.
Now I'm in profit. So just sitting there watching. It's like, all right.
Yeah. Just waiting for it to show up. I can do this. I can just I can shoot you a quick text if you want once it comes through.
Yeah.
While we're waiting on it.
I just closed out my position just in profit, just because it was simple.
Yep.
Until I know, but yeah, it is where I was going though. It's really nice to be able to use everything right on TradingView. So I do look forward to that.
Yep, me too. That Carrick is this? Let's see. Yeah, whatever. We could do this for 2 hours.
Okay.
But yeah. So again, a lot of good information on here, and this is again part of the benefit of just being here. Is just we're just sharing with you what we're hearing, what we're learning, what we're seeing. We're sharing you our analysis, mostly on the technical side, and we're also sharing with you what's going on from a fundamental, from what we're taking a look at and what others that we talk to are taking a look at. So you're just getting a cumulative effect of an inner circle that we work with, and we're just happy to share it and take you guys along the journey, and want to see more of you guys participate though, so we can start bringing more people in and having conversations and trying to see how we can help you also achieve your dreams.
Indeed. Well said. I'm going to let that close out for today because that was awesome. So just folks, just join us in the quest. Go to q2am.com, fill out the form. One of us will reach back to you as soon as we can, and we'll go from there. So with that, we will be back on Wednesday, approximately 10:15 a.m. You have